All right, let's talk about 5 organizational tools that we use in our homeschool today that I think you guys will like, because most people have their new school year starting up in the next few weeks, and here are some ideas of things that maybe you haven't thought of or things that you can quick grab off of Amazon before you start your school year to help you. Let's get to it. New here. Hi, my name is Lisa. We are a homeschooling family that lives in the wonderful state of Florida. We have 2 kids, 10 years old and 8 years old, and we have been homeschooling for 3 years. This is our 3rd year. So there have been a few things that we have found to be really helpful in our homeschooling. We do not live in a big house. It's one of the sacrifices that we make to be able to homeschool is that we live in a smaller house. And so we don't have a ton of areas that we're able to use. I really don't have any kind of closet space downstairs on our first floor to utilize for a lovely like homeschool closet with all the things. We just don't have that. But we do make it work. We get creative, and we do have an area upstairs that I like to use to store some things. But overall, I would say our homeschooling supplies is kind of minimal compared to a lot of people that I see here on YouTube. So, we don't have a homeschooling room, like a dedicated room to homeschool. We did in our last house, and honestly, we just found that we were always ending up at our dining room table. So that's where we do it now. We have a large kitchen table that we use, and we spread everything out on the table, and we do it all together. And right now, in this season of homeschooling, that's just what works for us. We store things here and there. But like I said, we make it work. And so if you are someone that lives in a smaller house, maybe these things will help you. The first thing is our rolling carts. These are probably my most favorite and cherished item with our homeschool. We use these, so each of my kids has their own. Grace has one, and then Julian has one, and this is where we store all of their curriculum, all of their books that they're reading, any binders that we have, anything they're like working on. So any like kind of art project or drawing they're doing, things like that. And so these just work really well for us. Are they the most organized thing? No. Could they be more organized? Yes. But that's just the reality, is that they know that that's their cart. And if they want to add something to it, they go and they just plop it in their cart. And I'm fine with that. As long as we can find everything, I'm fine with it. It doesn't look the best, right? It's not like aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and organized with all the things, but it's functional and it works for us, and they're easy to store, and we can pull them out and put them away when we're done our day. And so they're amazing. You can find them a lot of places. I will link to the ones that we have down in the description below for you, but I know IKEA has them, Michael's has them. They're pretty popular now. So yeah, we love them. Okay, next up second thing is binders. I know you're probably thinking, really? Binders organization? Yes. We use binders for a lot. So it's really helpful for at the end of our school year, we are required to do an annual evaluation. I have a binder for each child, and I will go through a few pages of each subject that we're doing, and I will put a few pages of each thing or throughout the year as we're doing things. I can quick throw papers into a binder. And then at the end of the year, it's not that big of a deal. Like, everything is ready to go, and they're easy to store. And so we use binders for quite a bit. I also have binders for all of my teachers' manuals, for our science and our history. Both of my kids use binders for their family unit style subjects that we do as well. And so this just makes it really easy to hole punch things. We print a lot off in our homeschool, and it just makes it really easy for us to organize all the papers, because there's a lot of papers with homeschool. Am I right? All right, next up is our bookshelf. We just have a 4-square cubby bookshelf. I feel like everybody has seen these now or has one. But we have a 4-cube shelf downstairs on our first floor, and then we have a 8-cube one upstairs in our loft area. So the downstairs one really just holds any library books that we have. There's a section for our electronics, so things like iPads, laptop, headphones, to keep all of that really organized. And then the bottom one is kind of miscellaneous. So they are books that I've grabbed from thrift stores for read alouds, or any like kind of research books that we want to use later on. And then the other side is just kind of empty right now, which I'm okay with. Sometimes you just need some like white space, right, in your organization. I would really love to get the bins, you know what I'm talking about, like the fabric bins, to just kind of clean it up a little bit even more. But I also feel like when I use those bins, it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. And so I don't see the books, and we're less likely to use them. Like I feel like the kids are less likely to go and grab from them if it's not like right there, they're looking at them, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I kind of go back and forth on this one, but let me know, what do you guys think? Do you have one of these like cubby bookshelf? How do you use it? Do you have the fabric bins? How do you feel about them? I don't know, I kind of go back and forth. Next up are our mesh bags. We use these so much. I'm about to order another set because we need them. They are super, super handy. I first found out about these from somebody on Instagram, and I was like, okay, they kind of look like something maybe we would use, but I don't know. And so I think one day they had posted that they were having like a mega sale on them, and so I thought, okay, I'm gonna grab a set and see if we actually use them and like them. And oh my goodness, I love them so much. Like so much. So I think this one came in a set of 5 or 6. And so they're just like this plastic meshy. They're solid though. There's no, like, nothing is gonna get in. They're zippered on the top, and they're rather large, which is what I really like. And so you can fit a lot in these babies, like so much. This is our play money. It, like the Melissa and Doug set, it came in this like really nice organized tray, and then the kids like dumped it, and I was like, forget it, we're not dealing that again. So all the change and all the money went in here, and this is where it lives, and it's perfect. The kids can play with it. It's easy for them to throw back the money in here and like put it away, right? Cleanup is super easy. We also have one for all of our Play-Doh. So the kids don't play with the Play-Doh as much anymore as they used to when they were younger, but we still do from time to time. They like to play like Kids Baking Championship with the Play-Doh. And so we use one of these big bags for all of our Play-Doh. And then I use it for homeschool supplies. So all of our art supplies, our watercolors, our paintbrushes, all of those things go in one. These are also really great to just have in your car for like an emergency kit, or like there's just so many uses for these. I love them so much. So I will leave a link for these down below in the description. And last but not least is our pencil / crayon / marker caddy. I got this from Michael's a few years ago. This is actually our second one because the first one we like completely ruined. There was like melted crayons in the bottom, and it was just like, it was time to go. It was time for a new one, for a fresh one. And so we loved it so much though, I just grabbed another one, and it is perfect because it holds all the art supplies, right? When you're homeschooling, you're always like coloring or drawing or doing something with crayons, markers, colored pencils, scissors, glue, pencils, like all the things. And so this just kind of holds it all together. It's super cheap. I think it was under like $5, $6. And it kind of just lives on our dining room table, but it's super easy for them to just pick up and carry throughout the house. My daughter is a real artist, we like to say. She says when she grows up she wants to be an illustrator, and so she's constantly coloring, she's constantly drawing, and so it's really easy for her to just kind of grab the caddy and take it with her in the house wherever she wants to go. So that is all for today, guys. I hope that you found something really helpful for organizing your next homeschool year. And if you have any questions, be sure to comment down below and be sure to click that subscribe button. All right, guys, until next time, see ya.